This reminds me of when I went on that camping thing.
Hello and welcome to a week in my life as a security analyst, working remotely on a cross-country road trip, currently in Glacier National Park.
Ta-da!
It's too high. We have some leftover chicken that we got on our drive down. Looks like this from Honky. Alright guys, I'm currently getting stuff done before I log out for the day. I have some things I had to follow up on because this week I'm also using PTO, so very exciting stuff. But I am trying to get as much off my plate as possible so that my team doesn't have to follow up on things, because it is pretty, I guess it's not like a crazy busy period, but there are a lot of people out. So that is something always to keep in mind. And specifically for what I'm working on, I am closing out my tickets. So if you guys don't know, I work as a security analyst, and a lot of my work is ticketing queue based. So I'll have tickets that come in sporadically. My team has like a round robin kind of thing going on. We all get the same amount of tickets with various different types of asks from different teams. And currently I have a few on vulnerabilities as well as a security review, and currently I'm working through vulnerabilities, and I know that is a bit vague, but obviously I cannot share anything confidential about the projects I'm working on. But I do have other videos that go into more details of what you can expect to do as a security analyst, so I'll link some of those down in my description if you guys want to check that out. Okay, so another really exciting thing that happened is that I actually got a new phone because my old one was very limited in storage. So it's about 128 gigs, and I think that's the lowest that you can get for an iPhone. I initially didn't want to switch because of, wait, turn off the fan so it should be a little bit better for audio quality. Initially I didn't want to switch because I want a physical SIM card, because for other countries that we may visit, they don't all have eSIMs, so it's just harder to get a virtual SIM card. That is why I've stuck with my older phone, but we found that in Canada they actually have the new, I believe this is the iPhone 14 Pro with a physical SIM card. So I'm going to do a little unboxing for you guys. This is very funny because I spent so much money on this piece of technology, and we're in the middle of nature where, you know, it probably doesn't even have service anyway without Wi-Fi. Kind of ironic, to be honest. But also I just logged off work. It has been a very busy day. It's currently almost 9 o'clock, so ooh, very fancy. Imagine I dropped this, oh my gosh. Very, very beautiful phone. Did I get the purple one? Okay, I did. This is my original. This is the fancy one.
We caught that on camera.
Comes with a charger. That's about it. And flappy flap. This is the worst unboxing anyone has ever seen, honestly. Oh, so beautiful. Wow. Basically look about the same, except this one's purple and it has more storage. Oh my gosh, my hands are so gross. I already got fingerprints all over it.
Both of them have a screen protector.
Oh.
Yes, yeah.
So should I wait?
No.
Oh my gosh, it already knows. It already knows. Set up. Continue on your other iPhone. Alright, and that is it for tonight. I'm just setting up my new phone. Going to enjoy some of this nature. I might sit outside on the bench a little bit, but it's already 9 o'clock, so we're going to actually just get ready for bed. And Bella is having a great time down here. She's so cute.
May I have my laptop, Coachman? No? Okay. No work today. He is the garter of laptops. The king of the tech mountain. Our overlord.
So for those of you who are curious, since one of you guys actually asked me this in the comments of my last work vlog, I actually use a Verizon Mifi for internet, and this also helps when you're in an area where there's only public Wi-Fi and no connection or hotspot. And these are also a little bit more reliable than just your phone's typical hotspot. And this is how I connect to work, even in like a remote cabin in a place like this. So it is very, very useful. Today we actually have some exciting hike stuff that we're doing. It's going to be like a half work, half PTO vlog, because I'll actually be on PTO starting tomorrow. So I feel like a lot of my vlogs lately have been like me getting ready to go on PTO. It's because for this month specifically, I'm using almost 80% of the PTO that I've saved up this entire year, which is like, how many days is that? About 20 days or so? 20-ish days. I get about 20 days a year. So actually it's more so about 25 days, including some of the PTO that I've saved up for this year. I'm always very curious to hear how many PTO days other companies have. But in my previous company, I also had 20 days, which was a lot compared to some of my other peers that I've talked to. I think typically you start at 15 days and then you work your way up to 18 days after working for like 2 years or so, and then you get 20 days after you work there for 5 years. It seems like the typical path for PTO for a company. But yeah, I am going to get ready for the day and then get working on some of my projects. My days look very different, but it will be some combination of long-term projects, which are, I have about 3 projects that I have to work on. 2 of them are technical and 1 of them is more so like policy, auditing, compliance focused. And then in like the short term, I also have a ticketing queue, or my team has a ticketing queue that we answer tickets. Basically other teams, other users send us tickets typically surrounding security, and we will deal with them as they come. There's so many different kinds that I can't really point out exact scenarios, but they could be anything from about vulnerabilities to some kind of user requests to questions from customers or prospects, things like that.
You have to get all your calories from this. Right here.
$8. Alright guys, this is our food for the hike. We're ready to go. Since this is a work week vlog, I'm gonna film like a little bit each day, because normally I do work day vlogs and I feel like I compact too many things into one day. Luca is making us some peanut butter and raspberry jelly sandwiches for the road. I don't think I've ever had raspberry jelly. Another thing is that I am still trying to finish setting up my new phone, and I don't have a lot of the apps logged in yet. So that's an exciting time. So another piece of background on this hike that we're going to, it is a 10-mile round trip hike. Going to be the longest hike I've ever done in my entire life. But part of the trail is closed because there's still snow on the trail. So I don't believe that we're going to be finishing the entire trail because it's going to be not hikeable. So I have no idea how long it'll actually be. Probably will still be the longest hike of my entire life. This is the swing set I was telling you guys about.
Super peaceful out here. That is the horizon over there. And then over here, the mountains.
But I also do want to give you guys kind of like an overview of how this trip is going. Most of the trip I vlogged on my second channel, which I can link down in the description, but that channel is mostly focused on vlogs and travel and stuff. We only have about 3 to 4 weeks left in our trip, and it really feels like time just flew by so quickly. Personally, this was definitely one of the best experiences that I've ever had in my entire life. I feel like when I first started, the road trip was going so slowly, I couldn't even imagine this ever ending. But then towards like the middle part of it, like the second half, everything just started speeding up. The last 2 months or so has been so fast, like with work and with the road trip and also with my YouTube channel. Just like managing all 3 of these things, I think just made time go by so much more faster. Yeah, I'm just really grateful to have this experience, to be able to see the things that I have seen. I never would have expected to see so much of the US, so much nature and open roads. Having been a city girl most of my life, I don't want my camera to overheat, so let's talk in the shade. But I don't think I ever really saw myself as a nature person this much, and now that I've visited basically almost all of the national parks in the US that I've wanted to visit. I mean, there's still a few that we have on our list that we didn't cover in this road trip, like Glacier National Park, this one that we're currently in. I never would have expected to come to Montana for anything, let alone using PTO to explore more. And yeah, I think this is just, what are those called? Like core memory, and we'll be back home. But also, I'm also excited for that too, because then I'll get to finally create a routine for myself. I've had no routine since we basically leave every place that we get to within a week or less, oftentimes within just about 3 or 4 days. I do think that I will welcome a change in that, and a change in pace, and just have a routine again. But if you're someone who's currently considering something like this, I would highly, highly recommend, especially if you're able to work remotely or go to school remotely or do a remote boot camp. You would be surprised how much, okay, actually travel is still very expensive, but it's less expensive than you would think. Obviously, if you're like paying rent at home and going to travel, that's expensive. But if you're, let's say, in between leases, or maybe you're living at home and you don't have too many monthly costs, monthly bills, and you're able to cover that with savings or doing some kind of freelance, or if you're just, you know, working full-time remotely, then I do think that this is very, very doable. Especially because a lot of the places that we visited, they have hostels and like backpacking lodges, so you can get a very, very cheap stay if you'd like to travel that way. Obviously, we can't do that with our cats, but I do think, you know, in a different life, that would have been a cool way to travel. I think Luca's setting up the stuff. I'm gonna eat this in the sunlight.
Back after it.
Made it! Wow, and you're already greeted.
Damn, look at that lake.
And you're already greeted with these beautiful views.
What?
Guys, there's a bear crossing sign. Wow. This road is unpaved, as you can see, but wow. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Found this beautiful view of the lake. Bear country. This is so cool and creepy at the same time. I think they're caterpillars.
I actually think I got a mosquito bite on my head. Don't forget bug spray, guys.
This view is magnificent. It is amazing. We're halfway there. Looking. What song is that? I'm not sure this is a viewpoint, but over the summer they have a lake boat. It also got very cloudy since we started hiking.
Oh, it's supposed to thunderstorm this afternoon.
Thunderstorm. Alright, we gotta hustle. But look at these views, guys. Actually insane. Like, Glacier National Park is comparable to Jasper and Banff, but it's nowhere near as popular, I don't think. They're fishing down there. Cool. What is he eating? Oh my god, he's so cute! Ah! Don't feed the wildlife, guys. Oh, he's cleaning himself. That's what he's doing, I think. Montana. Looks amazing. I think
this has definitely made my list of top 5 national parks. Wow. In North America. We are back from the hike. It was very, very rainy. We stopped basically right before the trail ended at the waterfall, and that was because we heard thunder, and right when we heard thunder we were like, well, it's time to go. So
The trail's closed anyways.
yeah, the rest of the trail is closed anyways, and now we are back heating up some food, leftover food to eat, and that's probably gonna be like the most activity for the day, honestly. This chicken from Honky is so freaking good. Even as a leftovers, if you have one in your city, I would highly, highly recommend getting it. The meals are already all set up for you.
This is so much flavor. It's not watered down at all.
Bigyan.
So lucky. That big. Big stretch. Big stretch. Don't hit my camera, please.
Don't worry about it.
said it was a Wild Goose Island. I saw a sign for that. Never mind, it's closed. Canadian flag. Wait, the window's open.
Going into the visitor center since a lot of the main road into the park is closed. So, a bit unfortunate. I'll let you guys know if I can find a cute little magnet or something. We're gonna head back out in a little bit to see many glaciers, but we got this little Japanese dessert.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's basically just like apple jelly.
This looks like a land the fairies live in. Like literally what I used to play as a kid in like MMO. Thanks, Koji. Keeping the bed warm.
Alright, so I'm currently packing up because we're actually leaving Glacier tomorrow, which is crazy. We're technically here for 4 days, 3 nights, but that also includes transit days. So we got here 2 days ago and it was kind of in the evening, and then tomorrow morning we're leaving at like 8 a.m. and we only had 2 full days in the park, and unfortunately it was raining today and the road was closed for avalanche warnings, so we only really got to explore one half of the park. But still, like, this park has definitely made it into my top 5, replacing Canyonlands. Are you okay? I showered. I just want to show you guys something really cool. So this cabin has like a heating lamp setup, and basically you turn it on when you shower. You can tell this place was meant for somewhere for times when it gets really cold, but you can turn on the settings for how long you want that lamp to be on. You can just turn it off like that. And this is a normal light. And it like heats up the, oh, there's a spider. And it heats up the bathroom while before you shower. Good morning.
Crazy.
That's a turnout.
I guess there was...
Touch it. Lower. Lower. Yep. Me. Okay.